Greetings, everybody. Today is November the 11th, 2021. It is time for Wisdom Keys with myself, Brother Francis. I'm here every Thursday at 1 p.m. for about a short 30-minute program. Today's title of the show is Unconditional Love is the Art of Living in Peace. Now, many of you know I'm always long-winded with titles. I woke up today thinking about unconditional love and what that is and what that can mean for many of us. Because everybody is seeking love or to be loved or to give love to others. People are always seeking peace and to be in a state of happiness. So I want to kind of tie these words together. First, we're going to look at what unconditional love is or isn't. Okay, and then you have love and you have peace in this title. But you also have the word art, or the phrase, the art of. And whenever we use that phrase, the art of is sort of like the science of having the ability. Science is also sense. So what kind of sense do we have? Common sense? Uncommon sense? Spiritual or metaphysical sense? Sense, often the word sense, S-E-N-S-E, we all have. We have 5 physical senses, and we have what is called extrasensory, like perception, but it's based on those senses that we have. And I was thinking, in my deepest hours of sleep, that unconditional things are necessary, or to be in a state of unconditionalness or unconditionality. The flip side of unconditional, being unconditional, is conditional. Conditional when something is set up and it has a certain parameter about it, the certain sets of things that you might be following or doing. I like to call it strings attached. What strings are attached that we all experience? And we all have experienced it. I've experienced it myself in all kinds of relationships. Myself with parents, myself with a sibling, older relatives, cousins, friends, co-workers. We all experience a bit of conditional things that are going on in life. And sometimes things can be so conditional that it becomes a habit. So another side of being unconditional is breaking a habit. Often, we are all desiring, as I said earlier, to feel love or be loved or to receive love, to be able to embrace it, accept it, honor it. And we're talking about the principle behind it. The principle. The principle is a fundamental truth of all truths. So when we think of unconditional love, it's the truth aspect of ourselves. It's who we are. It's also learning to love ourselves first. In the process of loving ourselves first, then we're able to love others fully. Because you can love yourself fully. So unconditional love gives us that power, that sense of empowerment for ourselves so that we could radiate it into the world. And we often have to do that. But in order to radiate it into the world, it has to be ricocheting off the insides of yourself. Sometimes you could think of unconditional love bringing forth happiness, where you're just full of happiness. You're overflowing with happiness. So one of the things you might consider is to work more on unconditional love so that you can radiate the truth of your own love with yourself. Hopefully, we don't want to fall into being egocentric. Sometimes you can spend so much time loving yourself that you become selfish. And all you know is your ego. That ego nature can draw and want so much love that it doesn't allow you, that part of yourself that's being self-centered, is not allowing yourself to bless another, again, with your ability to radiate love out into the world around you, even just in the immediate world, in your personal world. And when you or us can shower the world with unconditional love, which also means not having any biases, also means that you are diligently working on yourself all the time, then you step into that reality or the world or the art of unconditional love. You start acquiring skills that you already had inside yourself. It's important when you are working on unconditional love with yourself is that you also allow energy to come to you. I remember when I was first introduced to Tai Chi Chuan, the study of Tai Chi Chuan, the art of the grand ultimate fist, as they called it, where the whole body became the fist, including the mind. That we had to allow the energy outside of us, external energy, to come in our direction. That's the only way you could test your skill. That's the only way you could test what they call push hands and press forward and those kind of things. You had to let energy come to you, which also means you had to be in the field of energy to allow yourself to receive energy, to sense which direction is the energy coming from. Is it coming from the ground and up into you? Is it coming from above you and into you? Is it coming from around you and into you or near you? So I used to equate unconditional love with the study of Tai Chi. When one is moving smoothly from one posture to another, we call it transition. Are you transitioning? So when you're working with the art of unconditional love in your life, you're dealing with those transition points in your life. Many of us, a lot of us, and it's all right to experience moments of anger, moments of unrest, moments of where there's no peace, no harmony in your life. Sometimes you have to experience it in order to know what peace is, what you're working toward when you're flowing in the state of mind of unconditional love. Sometimes you have to have some unevenness going on around yourself. My elders used to call troubling the waters. The waters can be peaceful, but if you trouble the water, You step in the water with anger. You step in the water with some level of excitement. That calmness that was there, the stillness of the water, becomes active. And rings bounce off of other rings. And trees and twigs and sand and silt. Unconditional love is like a wave of energy that you pay attention to. The wave of energy that is established from the inside, the internal world, to the external world. In order to radiate or share that unconditional love, that energy, with others, you have to connect with it on the inside of you. When we connect with unconditional love from the inside of us, we are permitting ourselves to travel. Now, either we are traveling with baggage, and that's the unconditional nature, is to release the baggage. The conditional side is to have baggage. And oftentimes in life, from moment to moment, we have baggage. We accumulate baggage. We get baggage from other people, be it mental baggage, emotional baggage. Sometimes it's anger, sometimes it's sadness. A lot of times we hope that it's happiness. We all have it. We all have those experiences where we are sharing that kind of energy with each other. Unconditional love. Well, here's another thing we kind of move toward. Because the topic is unconditional love is the art of living in peace. Before we get to the word peace, let's go to living. When you're alive, you're living. I remember some of my elder ancestors on my mother's side, the family would say, when you got a lot of stuff going on, you're living. You got a lot of ups and downs. You got some drama happening in your life. You're living. You're experiencing life around you. It's amazing how much stuff goes on around us that we are experiencing. So we're striving not to be overloaded with negative thoughts or feelings, not being bombarded from just negativity wherever it might be, but also whatever negativity we might be bringing in to a situation. And in very subtle of ways, it could be disillusionment, illusions, our own anger that may well up that we might be carrying around, things that upset us and we had no way of releasing it, letting it go. And you sure don't want to explode onto someone else who doesn't deserve that energy. And you definitely don't want to implode and allow it to cause health situations. So we want to look at how we are living. That's very important. Are we living where we're trying to stay or become more organized? Not just in our external areas, but internally. That is one of the many things, if you study yoga, you're seated in yogic positions, or you're studying Tai Chi, oh man, if your thoughts aren't in alignment with your feelings, if you're not thinking and feeling the same thing, there's going to be a whole lot of craziness. If the mind is all over the place, with thoughts all over the place, it's going to be some craziness. If your feelings, the emotional part is not in the right place for yourself and it's all over the place, there's going to be some confusion. anything that could heal you, balance you, or so forth, embrace you with more of peace and harmony and happiness, joy, contentment, tranquility, so that you can be at rest on a certain level where your consciousness can go up on another notch, where you can start producing more work, whatever it is that you love to do, be it art, be it music, be it mathematical formulas, figuring out things, creating solutions. If you don't have that, if you're unaware of how you're living is also how you are being in the world. So living is your presence, how you're being present in the world. How are we showing up in the world? How are we showing up in the world around us? How are we showing up in our personal space? That's important. How we're showing up in our personal space is very, very important. Because if you're not comfortable with yourself, you're not going to be comfortable with other people who come into your space, or you coming into their space, or your spaces blend a little bit. They connect. So I was thinking about this morning. Got up early this morning. Funny, I went to bed real late again. But I got up early this morning, and I just kind of sat on the bed. Then I laid back down, and I just wanted to let unconditional love, a little nugget of unconditional love, expand itself within me. And I just kept expanding it through the power of my breath and my intention to expand it. And then I wanted to connect it with memories where throughout my life I was engaged with unconditional love. And I started to do that. I started to see the different stages in my life where I was expressing or being unconditional love, and nothing more than that. When we're in the state of unconditional love, we're in the state of engaging in life in such a way that we're not trying to say it has to be a certain way and only that way. Like I said, when I'm talking about when I first studied Tai Chi, I kind of got into this understanding that as I was watching my hands move slowly, I was seeing the little the little parts where I was transitioning from moving my hand up to moving my hand down. And what did that feel like? It's important for us to pay attention to the littlest of things, to observe the littlest of things. Why? Because those elements, those little tiny things that we see, they are also keys of activation. So if you want to experience unconditional love, if you want to live it, be in the moment of living it, make sure you are working on yourself, because that's very important. If you're not working on yourself, then you're going to have some difficulties later. And later doesn't mean another 5-10 years, another 5 or 10 weeks, another 5 or 10 days. You're going to experience some difficulties right in the present moment. And you will feel it. You'll know something's not quite right. So unconditional love is our foundation. I've written about it in books and articles, and I talk about it. And sometimes when I write about these things, it's a reminder for myself as well to be in that moment where unconditional love dwells. In the greatest and deepest dwelling space within myself, unconditional love has to be there. So unconditional love is the art of. Think of yourself like an artist, a composer of music, a sculptor, a painter, a person who draws. And you're seeking the art, the science, but also the craft, the skill, but also the beauty. Find within yourself the beauty of unconditional love and strive to live that. Strive to live the beauty of unconditional love, because it brings out the beauty in you. And when you're living it, you're not living it for the future. You're living it in the moment right now. So you're trying to capture the moment and live in that moment and stay in that present moment. So if I refer back to this title, unconditional love is the art of living in peace, being in a state of peace, peace of mind. No more worry, no doubt, peace of mind. Can you go in to yourself where unconditional love originates, where unconditional love can purify things going on inside of you, where you are living it through yourself as the vehicle, as the open doorway, living in the present moment as unconditional love? Can you live in the state of peace, peace of mind? Can you recognize peace around you? Can you recognize peace in others? Can you recognize peace reflected back to yourself? Now I'm going to throw a little numerology in here. Today is 11th month, 11th day. Hidden right there is the master number 22. 11 is a master number. We're in the year 2021, and there's a master number in there, the 2, when they come together. But 2021 is a 5 universal year. This is the year, the entire year of expression, of getting information and sharing it with others, being the messenger to get the information and put it out there, promote it. But when that 2021 adds to a 5, that's what Geminis and Virgos can do. It'll boost their energy. But we pop that number 5 added to the first 11, and it becomes 5 and 2 becomes 7. It was a 16. 1 plus 6 is 7, and 16 is the flash of intuition. But it can be the fall from grace. So it's not allowing yourself fall out of grace, but to fall into it. 1 plus 6 is 7. So the 7 is your spirituality, your who you are. Go within. Sometimes that 7, the nature of the 7, is to go within but be by yourself for a moment, so you can receive, so you can get clear emotionally, clear mentally. Now if I add that 7 to the day number, which is an 11, plus 7 is what? 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. 18 is a Pisces influence. 11 is sort of like a Leo influence, but it's also 11th house, which is Aquarius. So you want to get together with your friends today, and you want to be in a moment of peace, harmony, and happiness this day. And you want to maintain what this day number is, universally speaking. It's the Piscean 18, but it also, because 18 in the Tarot also is the dream world. But you also want to be a visionary. which is what a 9 and a 22 can be, a visionary. A 7 can be a visionary as well. So when we get that number 9, it's a universal 9 day, and this is the day to think big. What is your biggest dream? What is your biggest vision? What does your horizon look like to you? When you look out on the horizon of your own life, what does it look like to you? 9 is the warrior, but also the spiritual warrior. 9 is a chess player. 9 is a leader of a team, but also the team. 9 is all the numbers rolled into it. 1 plus 8 is 9. 2 plus 7 is 9. 3 plus 6 is 9. 4 plus 5 is 9. All the numbers at the ends coming in bring forth a 9. Think of when a child is born. Most of the children go all the way and then are birthed at 9 months. Think of it this way. You're about to birth something. Today is your day that you're getting ready to birth something. Perhaps birth something brand new, or something that you've been working on that's not brand new, but you had to rehaul it. You had to go over it. You had to tweak it. Well, now you're going to think about bringing it forward. You're going to hold on to it one more day. So tomorrow will be a one universal day, and then you're going to start releasing it. You're going to start working it, doing something with it. So I had to throw that little part in, because if you look at the 11 is the number of dreams and visions. You got dreamers and you got visionaries. Some people are both. So what is it that you're dreaming about, and what is it that you see? What are you envisioning? This is about unconditional love. It's the art of living unconditional love. So what? So you can bring peace into your life. But you don't have to always think about bringing it into your life. You might be outside seeking peace, but know that you can be the peace that you're seeking. So you got to go within and discover there's an infinite flow, an infinite supply of unconditional love, as well as peace. And you must embrace them. Before I sign off, I want to tell you that tomorrow at 12 p.m. is Swanda with Michelle Vidal. And she comes on every Friday with some potent material that expresses the metaphysical nature that we are. Be sure to tune in. Every Tuesday is Dominion Tarot, Donna of Dominion Tarot. And I always say that she comes up with the energy card of the day, but she has a particular topic that she also talks about while she's giving one card readings for people. So be sure to tune in for that. There's so many of us coming on board that Michelle is allowing us to get out here and share the wisdoms with you. So be ready for that. Also, I believe this Saturday it might be a spirit circle class going on. You should check in with Resident Essentials, Michelle Vidal, and ask her about that to see what's up, what particular topic is going to be studied from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. From 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., I'm doing Creative Pathwork Meditation Series. I always write the word pathwork as one word. The work that you're doing is the path itself. You're working on yourself. And these are different kinds of guided meditations involving flames or color rays. And so we work at the white light first, and then I graduate you later into pink, into golden yellow, into violet, and then into blue. For a nominal fee, small fee, 2-digit small fee, you can attend that 1-hour class with me. I'm there just about every Saturday. My new schedule is 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. And this is at Resident Essentials, in case you didn't know the address. Resident Essentials is in Albuquerque over on the east side. It is 3107 Eubank Boulevard Northeast, just north of the intersection of Eubank, which runs north and south, and Candelaria Boulevard Northeast, which runs east and west. And it's in the Scottsdale Shopping Plaza. And the store number is 34. So you want to get there. As well, we're doing a psychic and healing fair this Sunday on the 14th. Admission is free, but you got to wear your mask when you come in. You're not getting in unless you wear that mask. We want to follow all the rules and the regulations. And we want to do that for our favorite, Michelle Vidal. Okay? So, all the psychics and healers that will be in there, we're going to be in there doing it, doing our thing, helping the public. And many of you have been there, so come out and bring family and friends. You don't necessarily have to make an appointment, but you can if you want to. Just contact us. We're there from 12 p.m. this Sunday, November 14th, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. So you can sit in session for 20 minutes at a time with us. Come on out. It's $20 for 20 minutes or $1 a minute. Okay? So we want to see you all there. We will be there. Come with a smile on your face, and if you're not smiling, when you leave, you will be smiling. All right. So that's it. Those are my announcements. I'm sure that Michelle will have some beautiful announcements for us tomorrow. But I'm here every Thursday usually. Now, Thanksgiving arrives, I won't be here. I won't be on the air. Okay? So, I'm usually here at 1 p.m. every Thursday with Wisdom Keys. I'm Brother Francis. My grace is your grace. Until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we're alive and well in the age of remembrance. Thank you so much for your time. See you next week. Hope you join Michelle tomorrow with Swanda. And we hope to look forward for you to see us on Sunday at the Psychic and Healing Fair, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Take care now.